I'm gonna be honest here, I don't know how long this episode's gonna be. Actually, let me just... I didn't even save since the last episode. Because this is the episode where we're gonna be, introduced to a lot of new things. And it could possibly go over an hour, which means that I would have to edit in 2 parts together. Anyway, let's get started.
In March of 1935, the Empire began its invasion across Gallia's eastern border.
Yes, the Ides of March.
Maximilian, commander of the Gallian invasion front, built his army around mobile armor. Ghirlandaio and the other fortresses along the border fell to his tanks in quick succession. Bruhl's fall in under 2 hours was typical of villages in the Empire's path, and the road to the capital bore a steady flow of refugees. Randgries, Gallia's capital, a town secure and stable since ancient times. Within its walls stood the castle Randgries, and within its unicorn spire resided Cordelia, Gallia's princess. Supporting Gallia's policy of neutrality was a system of universal conscription. Under it, all schools required military training each year. In the event of a war, citizens were then drafted into the militia to defend their country.
So there is a draft.
As the conflict with the East grew worse, both Welkin and Alicia found themselves no exceptions to that fate.
So Welkin is going to war. He lied. I mean, I guess I gotta give that one to him. He wasn't expecting to go into war.
So these are my new digs. Oh, my uniform.
What?
I should
It
get
ain't
changed
hanging on
before
anything.
reporting
It's
in.
just, there's just a
Get
hanger
ready
there. This world is crazy. Hangers just... Do hangers only float when you hang things on them, or do they just float all the time? Okay. There were no pants there,
Flares,
fam.
binoculars, compass, and a map.
Oh,
Wow. Everything you need for a nice hike. Or combat.
you didn't say armor, though.
Welkin? Can I come in?
Sure, it's open.
Oh, you're already changed too. Let's see.
At least she has armor on.
Not bad, not bad. You look good, actually. So, how about me? Do I look all right in this? Convincing?
You don't look much different.
Let's take a look. Yeah, you look fine. You wear it like a pro.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't change.
Really? You're not just saying that?
I wear
Of
my
course
clothes
not.
like a
You
pro,
look
too.
tough. I like it.
Oh, good.
No, you look like Little
was
Red
worried it
Riding
looked
Hood
kinda
with
silly.
a lot less red and a little bit blue. I don't know. You don't look tough though. Well, let's not. She ain't eat nails without milk, man.
No way. That plating on the back, it's like a coleopterate exoskeleton. Beetle-tastic.
Wow.
Colio what? And did you just say beetle?
Compared a woman to a bug.
Welkin? What kind of girl wants to hear that she looks like a bug?
Huh? Not just any bug. A rhinoceros beetle. King of the insects. Who wouldn't want that?
Most human beings.
Huh. I guess I'll just try to take that as a very Welkin sort of compliment.
Tell me about that scarf. You've been wearing it since I met you.
Oh, this? It's part of my uniform from the bakery.
Is that right?
I don't want to forget the time I spent busting my buns baking. I plan to keep wearing it until I can get back to manning the ovens again.
That's great. Once you do, I'll be first in line to get some of that bread.
Is that
Hasn't
a
he's gonna
promise?
take your money, fam.
Well, I'll
Don't
be
get him-
sure
don't
to
get
have
it
plenty of
confused.
ready and waiting for you.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're ready, we should probably go see the captain now.
The music was actually kind of loud there. Like, I could not hear what the heck they were saying. Knock,
in.
knock.
Excuse
there?
me, ma'am.
Oh, wow, she's serious. I'm not joking anymore.
Galleon Militia Enlistee Welkin Gunther, reporting for duty.
Ma'am, Galleon Militia Enlistee Alicia Melchiot, also reporting for duty.
I'm Captain Eleanor Varrot, commander of this regiment. Gunther, you're promoted to lieutenant. You'll be leader of Squad 7 now.
Ma'am.
Enlistee Melchiot, you're promoted to sergeant. You'll be under the lieutenant's command. Understood?
Ma'am.
What do you know? It is you. Nice coincidence, huh, Welkin?
Valdio? I had no idea that you'd enlisted.
Everybody at
Yeah.
draft, fam.
Now that there's a real war going on, I joined up. Pretty much all the officer and training boys are here just like you.
You know each other.
Yes, ma'am. We knew each other at university. Welcome was in science
At
and I was
university.
in archaeology.
It's not even capitalized.
Just look
It's
at
just
us now.
university.
No archaeology or science. Looks like the two of us are studying war, I guess.
Looks that way. It's good to see you.
And you.
That'll be all for now. There's a strategy briefing later today, but you still have time for you to catch up. You'll be spending a lot of time on the post and in Randgrees. They'll be your new home, so get to know them. That'll be all. Report back in time for the briefing. Until then, you're dismissed.
Alright, so we just got access to a whole bunch of stuff. So first thing we're gonna do is go to the command room. And
It's good to see you doing the rounds. Welcome. This is the command room. Use it to structure your squad. You will have access to both drafted and volunteer recruits. Now that I think of it, Squad 7 is still short on soldiers, isn't it? I'll explain how this works. This is the master list. The recruits have all been assigned classes based on their talents. I should probably touch on the 5 classes, just so we're clear. First off, you have the scouts. Just like the name suggests, they'll be your eyes. Their best asset is their mobility. They can go out, collect intel, then make it back safely. That, and a keen eye for enemies. A good scout can spot a man in tall grass from 100 yards. That comes at the price of firepower. Their job is spotting enemies, not taking them out.
this is not
Next
true.
up, the shock trooper. They're the ones to break through enemy lines and clean up. They offer excellent offense and defense. As far as combat goes, they're as good as it gets. While they lack any specialized techniques, they also don't have any obvious shortcomings. Think of them as the least finicky unit in your squad, Lieutenant. After them, we have Lancers, then anti-tank units. They're critical when facing armored targets. Their purpose is pretty self-explanatory. In most cases, they're the only way to stop a tank. They're also well shielded from explosives, which conveniently includes tank mortars. Sadly, they're slow and weak to gunfire. Their limited ammo could also be called a drawback. Changing gears, we have the engineers. They handle
Did she just
supplies
rhyme?
and perform combat support. They can restock other units' ammunitions, treat the wounded, even repair tanks on site. They can place sandbags for cover, disarm mines, repair towers, you name it. Their actual combat skills are very low. Think of them as combat facilitators.
No, they have the same combat
Lastly,
skills
we have the
as the
snipers.
scouts.
They can shoot down targets from a considerable distance. You won't find better soldiers for marksmanship and range. They can hit targets I can barely see. Sniping rifles also come with scopes that work to augment a sniper's natural eyesight. Drawbacks include low mobility and defense. If the enemy gets them alone, they're done for. That should cover the basics. Go ahead and put a squad together now. There's room for 20, and you can swap units at any time.
Alright, so let's pick our units. So now here are these things called potentials, which are probably going to be explained later in the game. And depending on the character, you'll have a different number of potentials. This one says standing in grassy fields, help them relax and enhance their defense, being around close friends, makes even the battlefield a little cheerier, boosting their attack power. Now, close friends down here are the people that they like. And this will be explained a little bit later, but just keep in mind that if you're going to build a team, you might want to build teams around people that like each other more than just building some random team that is just there to be there and really has no other reason to be there. And so now I'm stalling with commentary until I can finally get my team list up, and we're going to start picking people from the team that I have here. So let's pick up Cherry.
I'm Cherry Steinen, like with a J. It's silent, but, I'm not.
Haynes, so our stop's over.
reporting for duty, sir.
Aisha?
Hi, I'm Aisha Newman. Nice to meet you, Mr. Welkin.
The name's Vice Engelbart.
Yeah, I didn't know how to
Let's go kick
pronounce
this
his
war in
name.
the teeth.
Hi, my name's Elise Moore. Nice to meet you.
I'm Homer Perot.
I just like this guy.
Here.
His final potential it's amazing. And I don't know how to pronounce
Hello,
her name.
sir. My name is Nadine. I'm
Nadine.
sure I'll be coming to you for help.
I would have said Nadia, but you know.
Hello, I'm Claudia Mann. I'll do my best to live up to your expectations.
Now this is ironic. Catherine.
Hello, I'm Catherine O'Hara. I look forward to joining you all.
So if I try to leave, they're gonna force us to have 20 people. So I'm gonna pick up people that are honorable mentions that I've played with before in the past, but I just decided not to keep. Juno.
You know Corin, reporting for duty.
A good try. She's actually pretty cool.
My
Susie.
name is Susie Evans, sir. I realize I'm inexperienced, but I'll do all I can.
And I can't believe. Oh wait, Wavy. I didn't even see him
Please,
there.
call me Wavy. From today onward, we fight together.
That's actually true. He's on my list, but I wasn't paying attention because reading in 2 spots is harder than reading in 1. We're gonna be picking up Eddie for a while.
I'm Edie Nelson. Perhaps you've heard of me. I'm sure we'll get along swimmingly.
Like I said, Yoko was one of my
Hi
favorites.
there. I'm Yoko Martins. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
And I actually really like
My name
Dallas.
is Dallas Wyatt. I'm excited to be joining up.
Maybe she might be the one that doesn't like men. I don't even remember.
My name is Rosina Selden. I'm in with you guys as of today.
Wow, she has big eyes.
My name's Hector Calvi, sir. I'm at your service from today on.
Man. Alright. Now do we have a list of 20?
Well, as time passes, we'll have more recruits to choose from, so keep an eye on that list. Oh, and all the recruits go through training together, so they're all ready for combat. They'll be at the same level as the rest of the team you've taken into the field.
Your lips aren't even moving.
You can swap out members without the worry of losing the benefit of their experience. Trust in your own judgment and pick a team you know you can work well with. That should be enough to get you started. You can figure out the rest as you go.
Alright. Yeah, this is...
Wow. Squad leader's a lot of responsibility. Come to think of it, Valdio's heading up Squad 1, isn't he? I wonder if he's off sorting through this stuff now, too. I'd better get a move on.
Alright then. Now, next place we're gonna head on to is the training field.
Welcome to your worst nightmare. I'm the guy who's gonna whip you lazy blobs into shape. Still, I can't work miracles here. No amount of drilling beats real combat experience. I want you all to go out there, kick some imp tail, and then show me what you learned. I will train that experience into something you can actually use. Level you bums up. But don't go trying to hog all the glory. A squad's a team, and we got no need for stars. You will train as a class and level up by class. Scout level 2, Scout level 3. You get it?
I feel
When the
like he's
scouts
tired of
level up,
explaining
that
this
means
stuff.
each and every one of them goes up that level. You hear me, maggots? Any of you think he's better than the rest of the team, go home now! All right. Now I'll show you lowlights how this whole thing actually works. It ain't complicated. First you go out there and fight, then divvy up that experience here. Once the experience you cram into a soldier class clears a set amount, it'll level up. Picking which class to level up and when is your job as the squad leader. Now give it a go.
All right.
Train all you want. I've got all day.
All right. So since we've done so well in previous classes, we can level up every class up to level 2. And I advise that your level is like 1 behind the chapter that you're on. And as you can see, level 2 for the entire team turns out to be about 12,000 experience. This is how I'm going to be leveling up our squad. Our whole entire squad of people will all be leveling up at the same time. And
I got no use for tears. Sweat, sweat, sweat.
level up.
Good work, maggots. You're 1 level closer to human. Looks like that sector beat a new potential out of the Lancers. Looks like that sector beat a new potential out of the Snipers.
Alright, so as you can tell, some classes gained new potentials. Now, what I was talking about earlier with that woman who doesn't like men, but then said that her potential hadn't shown up yet, that's what's going to happen. As you level up people, they will get more potentials.
Oh, and there's one more thing to add. Sometimes leveling up...
Yeah, I just said that.
You can think of... Other times, leveling up a class will earn you clearance for a new order.
We'll be talking about orders later.
As long as we're talking about it, I'll teach you a classic. A real golden oldie. Orders are special commands you can give out as the squad leader. They can save your tail. It doesn't take a genius to see that leveling up your soldiers is the best way to beef up your squad. The soldiers will get stronger, and you just might unlock new potentials and orders. All that just from me working you sorry bums into the dirt. I just hope you maggots are ready for a real workout the next time I see you here.
Understood. Alright, so now we know where we can spend our experience, but now let's see where we can spend our monies. Money is
Welcome to R&D, man. What can I do you for?
You might have trouble, but money you won't have trouble with at all.
Huh? Wait, I know that insignia. You're Lieutenant Gunther, aren't you?
You never opened your eyes, though.
I knew it! Man, I've heard about you. That evacuation at Brule was just... wow!
You pulled up a tank.
Protecting a tiny life in the middle of all that slaughter? Man! Oh, Lieutenant, you're good people. You get all my respect and then some, bro.
What's going on, Leon? I could hear you from clear across the hangar.
Oh, Casey, check it out! It's Lieutenant Gunther! He's the man!
Sorry about him, Lieutenant. He's like this all the time, I'm afraid. But where are my manners? I'm Kreese Cherney. I'm training here as a mechanic.
Oh, and I'm Leon Schmidt, but just call me Leon, bro. I'm your boy.
So, Lieutenant Gunther, what brings you down to R&D today? We do work here on weapons development, making upgraded weapons and equipment.
And that includes rifles and machine guns. We can even soup up your tank. Of course, research expenses aren't cheap.
With rifles and other firearms, we'll mass-produce new models as they're developed. You won't have to worry about making enough for your squad. We'll outfit them.
For tanks, you can upgrade the baseline performance of the body itself, or develop optional parts that you can add on to tweak out its specs.
Right. You can choose which optional parts you want in the tank equipment section. Come in any time and make adjustments based on the needs of the operation at hand.
For tanks, they really just explained this. Alright. So let's develop some weapons. The money we have, we should be able to develop the next set of weapons. Spend 500 to increase the accuracy of this weapon. This also increases the damage versus person, and the damage versus armor is 40, but we're not gonna worry about that.
All set for you, bro. It's done.
And same thing with this.
All set for you, bro. It's done.
Same thing with this. Yeah, so except for you, bro, it's done. Same thing with the snipers. You actually really want to increase the snipers, like, seriously. Like,
Here you go, bro.
you can't do it with the grenades. We can do it with our uniforms to increase its defense from 0 to 1. Okay. And same thing with the blast suits. And that's pretty much everything we can upgrade. So now let's try to outfit the tanks. Change the parts. We don't have any parts. And
We're working here Come. Yeah, you better.
I didn't even want to leave. We need to see the parts.
Well.
Yeah. And let's go to 808s. Body enhancements. So yeah, we have parts here. We can reinforce the barrel so it has more range, or we can reinforce the body so it has greater defense. We can do treads, and we can do sight supports, and I'm going to be increasing this thing's accuracy, as we saw when it missed. That shot was right there. Anyway, this is how much space the 808s has, and by putting this upgrade on it, we take up space, which means you can buy all of the upgrades, but you might not have space to equip all of the upgrades, so that's up to you. Anyway, for these upgrades, I don't think you have to do anything, do you? Let me buy one of these and see what happens. We'll increase the range of it.
Here you
And we don't have enough money to buy anything else. Nope. So, attack support upgrades generally gonna cost you. But these shouldn't. Besides money, of course. They're gonna cost you money. And last but not least is the squad barracks. Why did I save this for last? Because we actually need like a full squad in order for you to understand what's going on here. So, if we had different weapons, we'd be able to equip different weapons. But we don't. We only have weapons of one class, which is the Galleon-2. And that's pretty much it. You can see squads. You can check details. You can switch to see all of their potentials. They actually have more than 4. They have up to 8 potentials. And you can check their potentials here. And so yeah. Lots and lots of potentials here. Lots and lots. So let's exit. We're going to be heading out to book mode. Which is book mode. And so now we have the headquarters tab, which is where we just did all of the stuff that we just did. I'm going to give that tab a really good looking time. And so we're going to take a look at 3.
Well, there you are. I've been looking for you.
Hey, Ace. How'd your enlistment go? No problems?
I registered as a tank pilot and mechanic. Maintaining and operating the Edelweiss will be my responsibility from now on. I think it's nice that we'll all be on the same squad together. I think so too.
So what are you up to now?
The tank's hangar space is just through here. I was just carrying some Ragnite fuel back.
No, you aren't. Your hands are clearly empty.
It's used to power the tank,
Oh, there it is.
and also for the turret-mounted cannon rounds.
I guess I'm just more used to seeing it in street lamps and medical compounds.
Seems like everything is Ragnite powered these days. That stuff is everywhere.
No, it's not. We're literally having a war because it's not everywhere.
Not enough of it for some people, though. It's the source of a lot of conflict.
I know.
They say the Empire's invading only to get at all the Ragnite in Gallian soil.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I had something to give you,
I was about to say, you're not saying, oh, that's right, like you didn't know why we were going to war.
What's this?
Father's flare gun. It was in the barn, but I thought you might have some use for it.
Another hand-me-down.
I gave it a once-over. It might be old, but it's still serviceable.
I didn't mean... I just can't believe I'm a tank operator now. Thank you for this, Ace.
I'll do a spot check on the Edelweiss now, to make sure it's ready to go at any time. Alright, we'll get going for now then.
I literally have no idea how long this episode is going to be going, but I'm going to play it safe so that I don't get cut off in the middle of a battle. Well, actually, I just don't want to get cut off in the middle of a cutscene, because then that would be really screwy. And so, next time, well, actually, I'm just going to stop recording and then cut it, actually, and just make this one long, big Chapter 3. On third thought, the video would run over 50 minutes long if we let it go that far, so D109,000 out.